What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Fan Sports Channel, where today, Nonpfixion and myself are going to be giving you our tier list of all the NBA teams broken down by each division. Make sure to let us know whether you agree or disagree with how we ranked your favorite teams. Don't hold back on the account of us, but also don't forget to hit that like button and check out the rest of the tier list breakdown that will be linked at the end. Hope you'll have a great one, guys. Cheers. Here we got our S tier, aka championship contenders. We're going to have our A, we're going to have our B, we have our C, and then we got our lost at C, and then we got the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Everyone thinks that there's going to be a lot of tanking, and that's why we got this sweepstakes going on. Like, do you expect to see some teams like really taking this year?
I do believe there's going to be some teams that's going to tank. I do believe that. I think in the beginning they won't make it look so obvious, but once we get past the All-Star break, we'll be able to probably pick those teams out.
Yeah, definitely. You know well, look, I mean, as a Pelicans fan, I hope the Lakers just to bed again, and because we got their first round pick again this year, so let it be a lottery. With that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off with the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division. We got Nets up first. What you got for the Nets, Non?
Okay, so I saw them play, and I seen Ben Simmons. I just oh man, I don't want to say they're not championship contenders because they do have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, but I want to put them at an A. I want to put them at A. What about you?
Yeah, I like A. I think the only thing that even keeps me from putting them at an A is just because of how bad they've been the last 2 years. But, you talk about Ben Simmons, and I like that you bring it up because even though he airballed the free throw, and there's a viral video going around where he airballed a shot at practice. He came out and said, "You think I airballed all of them?" Yeah, but like you airballed one, and that's all that matters whenever you do airball them consistently. So, but I think he still brings a great element to the team. So I'm cool with it. And then we're going to have the 76ers. 76ers finished 51-31 last year. Up there at the top dogs of the East. What you got for the 76ers?
So with the 76ers, I mean, I know everyone in their mind was going to say championship contenders. And I think it's on the cusp because of James Harden. I know James Harden has looked good in preseason, but there's been plenty of seasons where he's looked good in preseason, and then the season he just looked like James Harden. He just looked regular. James Harden without the beard. So to me, I'm going to say A for them as well, but I'm going to put them in front of Brooklyn. I think they have a much better chance than Brooklyn does.
I am actually really excited about the 76ers this year. I think this is going to be the best all-around Harden that we're going to get. And it's not just with the, what we've seen during preseason with him. Mm-hmm. It's more of the conversations that I've seen between him and his coach, just talking about playing as a all-around great player, working the ball around, create scores when you have the chance, but create openings for other people, allow other people to get hot. Don't just play dribble, shoot. So that's one thing that I think is going to be great. And then, they got another young buck as well in Maxey, who I think is phenomenal. Nice. He's phenomenal. Nice. You can have him at A, but I'll let everybody know I got them at champion contender. They are the number one in the East for me.
Okay, well, we'll do this. We'll put them up there. Boom, championship contender.
Next up, we're going to go out into Canada. The good old Raptors, man. Raptors, nice young core. They got Barnes. They got Siakam. They played pretty good last year, 48-34. What do you think about the Raptors going into this season?
I'm not really sure. I don't have like a full comment on them because I know we watched a couple of games last season and we did a couple of games last season. I just never saw enough on their core to really give like a full, honest answer. I mean, I do think they're on the upper echelon of the East. I'm just not sure which part. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being honest. I haven't seen enough of them to really know.
When it comes to Raptors, I like that they have a young core. I thought they looked really good last year. They had a couple guys that showed out in the All-Star break, and they got teams and players that can do the job, but I really thought they were going to go out and do something during the offseason this year. I thought they were going to go and try to grab some type of big name. I mean, they're two better veterans on the team, being Siakam and Van Vliet. It's just kind of
They definitely need something to accompany them.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're missing. I still think they're a good team. I still think they're going to be around 500. But I'm leaning like B, like low B maybe.
I was actually just thinking that too. Like I was like, I think right now, before we get to the rest of this list, I would say a B. I would agree with a B as well.
Right. And if you're tuning in to just the division video and you want to see how the rest of them turn out, make sure you go ahead and follow the list. We're going to have all the videos up one after each other, and go and check out, because there might be some adjustments. Don't get too excited or too mad about where you put your team yet. That's going to bring up the the great New York Knicks. Wow. Look at them. Brunson. They grabbed Brunson from Dallas. They got Barrett. Still, he's been looking pretty good. But they had the absolute worst draft I think I may have ever have seen.
Yeah, kind of felt bad for Spike Lee and
and Stephen A. You know,
and
that's
Stephen
saying a
A.
lot.
Yeah.
Like they both were sitting here like, wait, who is this guy? He averaged 2 rebounds. I can average 2 rebounds. There, yeah. And then they take the pick and they trade him and they get nothing for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it.
There's talent on that team. I think they're a. I don't want to say a lost at sea team, but I just feel like that's what I see when I see that organization administration.
I think that's exactly what they are. I don't think they're lost at sea. They may still get like 30 wins or something like that, but they're still lost at sea. They got nothing. They don't have much promise for them. They have nothing. I don't know. You know, and they try to get Zion. So you know what? You can stay lost at sea. I don't want you to get a chance at getting Wembanyama, but stay lost at sea. And then lastly, to wrap up our Atlantic Division, we're gonna go ahead and check out the finals contenders, Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics were 51 and 31. They got Jason Tatum, they got Jaylen Brown, but they have some issues. You want to let them know about those issues?
Well, the biggest one is Ime Udoka. You know what I'm saying? The scandal that he's been a part of. He's been reclused from the team. Of course, going into a season where you just went to the championship round and now you don't have your head coach. This first month for them is going to be bad. They're going to win some games. They're going to win some games and beat some lesser teams, but the leadership is. I know there's 4 other coaches, but it's still not the same as in the main coach who's supposed to be there. And also just Tatum, like which Tatum is going to show up? Is it the Tatum that's going to rock the Kobe Bryant high school jersey? Is it Tatum that's going to wear Kobe Bryant shoes? Is it the Tatum that's going to try to channel the Black Mamba, or is it Tatum that's going to be himself and just be the best Jason Tatum he can be? With this team, they have such a high ceiling because of all the talent on this team, and they've been there almost every season, close towards the playoffs, and every season they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. I'm surprised they didn't lose to Miami Heat. If it wasn't for Jimmy Butler trying to take a 3 instead of beating Horford and going for the 2, they wouldn't have been in the finals game. You know what I'm saying? So with them, I put them there since they're still top tier. They belong at the A. They belong at the A. It just depends on how they look in this first month. This first month and a half is where I would decide either keep them at the A or put them at true championship contenders. I know Boston fans would not like that, but that's just honest truth.
I don't like being the person that has a team that goes into comes out of a championship, win or lose, and then they kind of drop out of that. But I feel like with the situation of that going on, the trade rumors with Jaylen Brown, and we all saw his attitude or his amount of upset that he was towards that situation when they were trying to get Kevin Durant. I think there's going to be some weird things going on in there. I think their defense is still solid, and that's the thing that's going to win them a lot of games. Yeah. So I agree with the A. I agree with the A.
And do we put them before Brooklyn?
I got them. I think I am behind the Nets this year just because of coaching.
Okay. All right.